Yo, there we go. What is good, ladies and gentlemen? How are y'all doing on this lovely Saturday morning? It is another Saturday morning, guys, and you already know you gotta start your mornings off right with that When Persona Speaks podcast. Saturday mornings, that's my slot. Yeah, I see we already got a dislike. Who disliked the podcast? What happened? What happened already? Someone already disliked the podcast. We ain't even talk about nothing yet. We ain't even get into nothing, and already there's an issue. Can I be great? Can I be great, ladies and gentlemen? Yo, shout out to Sick. Shout out to Vanny Pan in the bit. Yo, let me give y'all a round of applause. Hold on, cause we got some day ones in the building. Why is did it play? Oh no. I think let me do the clap again. My claps aren't working. Oh my god, this is the problem with OBS. Now my shit don't want to work. I don't know why. What's going on? Oh no. Ladies and gentlemen. Desktop audio, let me see. There we go. Round of applause for all my peoples that are here. Vanny Pen in the building. Garuda Legends in the almighty Spartan in the building. Howard Gaming in the building. The SARS 0079 in the building. Who else is here? Logic Nonsense. What is good, guys? How are y'all doing today, man? How y'all feeling? How is everything? Technical difficulties. Yo, almighty, always. There's always technical difficulties, man. And it's like, I try to make sure everything is perfect, and it just ain't never perfect. I don't know why. But we are here. We will not let the technical difficulty. I can't even talk. I was about to mess up that whole wording. We're not going to let the technical difficulties mess us up, slow us up today. The devil ain't going to get to us today, guys. But like I said, guys, it is a Saturday morning. And you guys already know, Saturday morning. When Persona Speaks podcast. I am officially back doing podcasts and things like that. If you haven't already, I was on Sick Humans podcast earlier this week. Really dope show, really good show with him, Craig, and King Thrash. That was a really great show. It's been some great news this week. It can never go as smooth as you want. That is facts, Sick. That's facts. But yo, it's been a great week for news. And, even though this is a gaming-centric podcast, we definitely going to be talking about some entertainment news today, and that is going to be the first topic. But I had to put this in there. Me, like I said, on Six Podcasts, we definitely talked in depth about it. But I definitely want to speak on that. Yeah, I did hear the update rumors, we're going to talk about that as well. How, they supposedly reached a deal with I don't see no articles on that. That's the thing. I don't see no articles, but I did see the YouTube video, and I did see the YouTube video that I watched did lead to one article, but I'd never heard of this place before. So I'm like, I don't know if this is true or not, but we're gonna speak on it. As soon as I can get this article up. Is this the article? Oh, I see the article. Okay, I see the article you're talking about right now. Oh, okay. I see the article now. Deadline just put it up. I'm trying to see this other Deadline article from the initial. So let's give some backstory on this, guys. So if you've been living under a rock, a Cantor, I think I'm saying that right. A Cantor, what's good, man? Appreciate you coming through. If you've been living under a rock, right? Which I don't think anybody here has, but we're going to still give some backstory on this anyway. So earlier this week, Sony and Disney, their Spider-Man deal kind of fell through. What does this mean? So pretty much, essentially, they were trying to reach a new deal. Disney and Sony. Well, I guess Disney came to them with the deal, and they were trying to reach a new deal where Disney could get more of the profits from Spider-Man. And rightfully so. Sony is like, that's not happening. So, it kind of blew up. Like the rumors, the article's deadline was the first to break this article that oh well, Spider-Man isn't gonna is gonna be out of the MCU and all this craziness, and it blew up this week. And the dust is finally starting to settle, like now. But early this week, if you was on Twitter, man, you couldn't look nowhere and not see a hashtag uh, bring Spider-Man back to MCU. Boycott all of this craziness that's been going on, which we will speak on. I'm trying to, for some reason, I can't find the article. I want to look at the Dateline article specifically. And the reason why I want to look at this article specifically is because Sony, Disney, is because this is the one that essentially they broke. Like, they're the first one. Like, they're the very first article. Like, their article is the very first one. Here we go. We got it right here. I don't know what's up with my audio. Hold on. Oh my god, what is happening? Okay, now you guys should be able to hear me. I don't know, like, what's up. My audio today is like, my audio settings are like all messed up today. I don't know why. Can you guys hear me? You guys should be able to hear me. Let me make sure. Bring up the restream chat, like the individual chat. Let me know if you guys can hear me while I'm talking about this article. 'Cause I don't want to be talking and the article is all messed up. I mean, and the audio is all messed up. You guys should be able to hear me, though. We should be good. Yeah, we should be good. Let me switch back to just be sure. It's low. It's low. Okay, hold on. It's low. It's low. He said it's low. Hold on. Man, yo, today is not. Yo, the gaming guy is trying to stop me, man. How is that? Is that better? Please let me know if that's better. The gaming guys are trying to stop me today, guys. My God. What is going on here? They do not want me to be great. Capture sound. And it's like all my settings are the same. Quality is good, but your audio is low now. Man. I don't know why it is doing that. I have it like all the way up too. I'm sorry, guys. It sounds better. Okay, sounds better. Cool. All right, cool. Appreciate it. All right, so this is the first article that Disney and Sony kind of. This is the first article that broke. Deadline is the one that broke the article. When I first read the article, I won't lie to you guys. First time I read it, I immediately thought this was bullshit. But it wasn't. It was true. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, cool. My first thought when I first seen this article and read it, my first thought was, good for Sony. Step away. That's good, because from my understanding, and again, I'm gonna go off of what I understood when I read the article. From my understanding, Disney was asking for more than they technically deserved. Now, clearly, there's been some updates in the article. Let's read the updates. So the update to the article is Sony Pictures spent much of yesterday trying to spin Dateline about the prospective loss of Kevin Feige from future Spider-Man films. First, the studio downplayed the idea he might be leaving. Then, insiders pinned his exit on added responsibilities from the Fox acquisition of X-Men franchise, though they declined to make a statement. All this was reflected as factors in Deadline's break of an important and widely regurgitated story, but sources maintain that Feige's exit was about money. It was about Disney seeking the 50-50 co-financing stake. Sources said the original Disney ask was more reasonable. As for prices from Marvel and Feige's continued guiding hand that resulted in the delivery of Sony's biggest grossing film ever, Sony declined to meet those terms
or even counter with anything worth considering. It was an aggressive stance by Disney, which already owns the merchandise on. See, man, ladies and gentlemen, reading is very important. You understand me? Don't let anybody ever tell you different. If you ever watch anything I say, I do on here, I always like to show you guys the article. Now, I love to read. I love reading. And reading is so fundamental, ladies and gentlemen. Trust what I tell you. So let's highlight a section that stands out to me very clearly, and I think you guys know what I'm about to highlight. So let's go ahead and highlight that, and let's reread it again because it's important. It was an aggressive stance by Disney, which already owns the merchandise on Spider-Man, and a tough nut, pause, for Sony to swallow, pause again, giving up almost half of its most valuable franchise. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question, and please feel free to answer. Say you work, right? You work a full-time job, right? You work 40 hours a week, right? And at the end of your 40 hours a week, you get a check of $2,000, right? And someone walks up to you and says, or no, matter of fact, your boss walks up to you and says, I deserve half your check, right? Yo, Timeful Princess, what is good? What is good? I deserve half your check, right? And when you ask your boss why he deserves half your check, he says, oh, because without me, you wouldn't have that check. Right? Your boss says, without me employing you, you wouldn't have that check. So you should give me $1,000 of your $2,000, right? But then your reply is, but I'm giving you my time and expertise. I'm giving you what I 100% own. Time. You can never get time back, ladies and gentlemen. Regardless of what anyone says, time is one of the top 3 most valuable things on this planet. And you can never, ever get time back. So you say to your boss, oh, well, I'm giving you my time, which is much more valuable. And in return, you're paying me for the time that I'm giving you. He says, oh, no, I deserve more. Because without me, you wouldn't even have this. You wouldn't even be able to give up that much time to even do this. So I deserve $1,000 of your $2,000 of your check. Is that right? Is that okay? Like, is that what this should be? So when I look at this, right, and granted, because I see a lot of people saying, oh, well, these are both billion-dollar corporations. And it's funny. I see people saying, well, Disney should just buy Sony, right? Like, just make them a bigger conglomerate, like a bigger monopoly. Yo, Cyber Dragon, what is good, man? Garuda, LOL, the boss is right. The boss is now crossing the line into extortion. Exactly, Garuda. Yo, Jamal Adams, what's good, man? Shit, I just lost my train. Oh, so, I see people saying, oh, Disney should buy Sony, or, Sony needs to stop being greedy and give up Spider-Man. What? These people that say these things clearly have not read the articles. They clearly aren't keeping up with the information. A lot of people are going off of their personal feeling, right? And granted, like I said on 6 podcasts, Spider-Man is a very, very huge character. Spider-Man is one of the most profitable characters for Marvel, period. All of Marvel. It is definitely the most marketable. It's the most one of if not the most recognizable. And in terms of merchandising and all these different things, Spider-Man has the biggest villain pool. Spider-Man is very relatable to a lot of people, and realistically, you can create Spider-Man in any age bracket and it will work, as you can see with Tom Holland. And this Spider-Man, he's what, 15 or so. So he resonates with the young crowd, but he still also pulls in that older crowd because a lot of people grew up with Spider-Man. So you can do a lot with Spider-Man. You can. The issue here, and this is what struck me, the issue here, and when I first read this article, when I first read about this, my biggest issue was the fact that what Disney was asking for and what Sony was getting in return didn't match. It didn't add up. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, if Disney would have said, hey, look, let us get 20%, right? Or 25% of profits, or whatever the case may be, and we'll give you, we'll give you a percentage of merchandising. All right, cool. I can see that. I can see that because you're still at the end of the day, Disney is still pocketing more money than Sony, and on top of that, Sony, from what I've read, Sony wasn't getting any type of profits from the Marvel films that Spider-Man was in. I could be wrong. Titanfall, I don't care if Disney loses Spider-Man, I like the Raimi films much better. The Raimi films 1 and 2 are really good. Spider-Man 3 was definitely man, that was a travesty. I ain't gonna lie, that third film was terrible, but I definitely agree. The Raimi films, for me personally, I enjoyed those a lot more. Far From Home is up there as well. I really did enjoy Far From Home. Homecoming, I didn't really like all that much. Excuse me, I have my gripes. part of it is, for me, with the new Spider-Man films, part of it is the fact that it's two different worlds crossing. And you have certain people in certain aspects of certain characters in these movies that shouldn't be. Like, again, Ned. That's not a Peter Parker friend. Harry is his friend, is his best friend. And they've been through so much. Like, to replace something like that is of vital importance, that's something I can't really look past. I will admit though, I do like Tom Holland as a character, as an actor, and he does do good as Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I do like him. But then even like the whole Mary Jane thing and like how he got his suit and it, like none of that is accurate. And if you're a comic book, and this is my issue. A lot of people are loving these films, and I get that. You can love whatever film you want, but my issue is you're enjoying these films, or you're saying that Spider-Man needs to stay in the MCU and needs to do this and do that, and their handling of Spider-Man, like, let's go back to Civil War, okay, where Spider-Man first entered. None of that is accurate. None of that is accurate, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, in Civil War, this is the funny thing. In Civil War, Tony Stark actually sends some of the villains to beat up Spider-Man. Hold up, man. I'm about to educate y'all. Today is the day, ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all about to get educated today. Y'all about to get educated today. I promise. I'm educating everybody today. I'm in that mode. Gee. Civil War, Spider-Man. Let's be out of here. Spider-Man versus Spider-Man leaves Tony Stark. I'm educating y'all today. Echo? There's an echo? Okay. There's an echo.
Oh, I got you. Alright, the echo should be gone now. Sorry about that. I'm about to educate y'all today. I think this is it right here. The history of you hear two of me. You shouldn't hear two of me anymore. I'm looking for pictures, man. I need pictures. I want pictures. That's when he. Okay, I remember that one. That's when he showed. That's when he like showed himself off. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find the one where this man. Okay, this might be a good one here. Uh, Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right here. Perfect. Matter of fact, this is a perfect example during Civil War. Okay, so peep this. Uh, so what happened? So for those that haven't read Civil War, like the comic book, I'll give you like a quick backstory. Okay, so Spider-Man was on the side of Tony at first during Civil War, and he was with him, and that's how. And Tony gave him the Iron Spider suit or whatever the case may be. Then Peter started seeing that what Tony was doing actually wasn't right. And so because because Peter wasn't agreeing with him, he was gonna leave because he wasn't feeling what he was doing. So he says, "Peter, you're acting like a lunatic." Or can I? Oh, here, yes, I can fucking go close in. Here we go. Peter, you're acting like a lunatic. Why can't you just sit down and discuss this like grown-ups? Because there's nothing to discuss, Tony. I'm leaving the Avengers. I don't have a problem with working for S.H.I.E.L.D., but locking heroes in negative zone? The cyborg killing Bill Foster? Like that? Come on, man. You're in over your head. Yo, listen. This is the Peter Parker this is the Spider-Man I wanted in the MCU. This is the type of Spider, especially when you're introducing Spider-Man in Civil War. That's huge. That is huge. Because you're bringing Spider-Man in during a pivotal point. Okay? That's huge. So it's like, come on, man, you're in over your head. He says, what are you talking about? Even though Thor reacted like a police officer would, don't forget that Bill Foster was a friend of mine. You really think we're going to let something like that happen again? What do you suggest we do with the unregistered super people? Lock them up with regular prisoners? This is an only temporary measure, Peter. Lock them up in Rikers and they'll be out again in 5 minutes. So, again, Tony's way of trying to deal with the whole superhero thing, Peter wasn't with. I'm not like locking folks up in the negative zone and doing all this crazy stuff. Peter's like, yo, look, I'm out of here. I can't do this. This is not what I signed up for. So he dips, right? Let me find the other comic book strip. And the reason why I'm showing you this, because I want to give people, it's gonna come full circle when I explain how to. They got the whole thing. Oh, hold on, guys. They got the whole strip. I got you. Right? So boom, they facing off, right? They facing off because Peter's not down with Iron Man shit anymore. I'm good, bro. You can do what you do. They scrap. They scrapping, ladies and gentlemen. They're scrapping. This ain't no father son shit. They scrapping. So they scrap, and then boom. My man's just like, hey, Aunt May and Mary Jane are far away as possible. I'm disappointed in you, Peter. Not as disappointed as I am in myself. Oh, yo, listen, yo, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not read Civil War, that's like top 5. Read that, because it really is a good comic. It really, really is a good comic. And then he dips. Oh shit, he didn't dip. My man's hit the wall. And then he gets out. He gets blasted. Tony was aiming to kill with my mans, yo. At that point, Tony was aiming to kill. He was trying to kill this man. And boom, he gone. He gets away. That's Civil War, ladies and gentlemen. Not that airport shit. Now, again, I don't expect everything to be one-to-one with the comic books. You feel me? Because I know, it's not going to be. It's not. I want to show you what Tony Stark had him do. What he did. Spider-Man beat up in Civil War. Look, all right, here we go. Perfect. This is perfect right here, guys. Who is calling me? And why are you calling me? Sorry, guys. My phone went off. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Can I show you the... I'm about to... You know what? I'm just going to show you the picture so you guys can see. Here we go. Because I can't find the comic strip itself open. Come on. You can't just let me see the picture, man. Alright, hold up. I got you guys. Here we go. Here we go. Hold up. I got y'all. Like, I just want y'all to see the picture so y'all can see that this man... Oh, here we go. Reddit got it. I should be able to see it on Reddit. Here we go. Here we go. I just want y'all to see. Alright, so peep this. Peep this, guys. That's Punisher, for those that don't know. That's Punisher. And that's Spider-Man. That man's Spider-Man on the brink of death. That Spider-Man is on the brink. Yo, Iron Man sent some goons out to kill this man in Civil War. Look at that man, bruh. Look at my man's. That's Civil War. And honestly, that's what I wanted in Civil War. Honestly. Now, clearly we didn't get nothing to the likes of this. And, they got this like Iron Man, Peter Parker love thing going on. And listen, personally speaking, and this is not me, like, I personally feel like how Marvel handled Spider-Man, personally, it wasn't, I don't think it was right. I kind of went on a tangent just now. I don't agree with it. And again, like I said, everything isn't going to be one-to-one with the comic books, which I understand, but a lot of what's happening is I don't know. I don't agree with it. And so, that's just me though. But back to Disney and Marvel. So Disney and Marvel, you know how I feel. Damn the MCU. Yo, Sarge, listen, man, you already know what it is. So Disney asking for a 50-50 co-financing. I can't even talk. A 50-50 co-financing stake, and they would get 50% of the profits, but they would also get put, if I'm not mistaken, they would put up 50% of their own money towards the movies. Currently, the way the deal is that Disney would get 5%. The way it's explained here, Disney would get 5% of first dollar gross. So I'm assuming first dollar gross is like that opening weekend, whatever it gets. I'm assuming that's what first dollar gross is. I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. But based off what Disney's asking for, I definitely don't see it as something that Sony should agree to. And the fact that a lot of people in the community are just looking at it as Sony being greedy, or Sony trying to hold up the production of Spider-Man, or trying to take Spider-Man from the MCU and try to do all these different things, and they're not really doing research or being informed on the entire situation. And granted, a lot of these people are Disney fanboys. They love all things Disney. Every Marvel film is great. It's like, yo, like stop and do some research. You feel me? Like, one of the most, like, ladies and gentlemen, if there's one thing I would want all of you to take away from all these podcasts that I do every week, one thing that I want all of you to take away is that don't ever be out here misinformed. If someone gives you information, even me, even though I'll always read the articles and show you different things, if someone is going to give you some type of information, if you're watching somebody else's podcast, anybody else's podcast, whatever case may be, do research. Don't blindly just believe everything someone says. Because oftentimes a lot of people are speaking from a place of ignorance. Always do research for yourself. Always, be in the know and be informed on what's going on, especially with this, with things that you love. You love gaming, you love comic books, movies, and all this other stuff. You want to make sure that you arguing with, and you believing in the right shit. Disney fanboys are saying Sony is negative, and even Tom Holland stopped following. Listen, in terms of Tom Holland stopped following Sony, that means nothing. Like, that means nothing to me. I read that and I laughed because I'm like, that doesn't affect me. You still gonna do these two movies. You feel me? You still gonna be in these movies, regardless of what And if not, then they'll just find somebody else. Like, it's great. Again, as great as Tom Holland is, he's still replaceable. Anybody is replaceable. So, I mean, if he doesn't want to do the movies anymore because it's not with Marvel, find somebody else. It's that simple. And in terms of Sony not wanting to give 50% of anything to Disney, I say good for them. Because, again, I'm not giving away 50% of something that I own. That's not going to happen. I can never give 50% of something that I own. Like, Sony owns this. And then people were saying that Sony should just give Spider-Man away to Marvel so that they can have all the characters. For what? Marvel got damn near everything. They bought Fox up, so they got that. They got Fantastic Four, X-Men, and all that. If I'm Sony, I'm holding on to the cash cow that is Spider-Man. I'm not getting rid of that. Hell nah. Especially not when Spider-Man is such a pivotal part of Marvel, period. Nah, I'm not doing that. So I'm not mad at Sony for doing what they did, but seeing how the community was reacting, and then I seen folks saying, "Oh, well, we're going to storm Sony headquarters and we're going to demand them to give Spider-Man to Marvel." I'm like, listen, I'm gonna be very, very blunt with you guys right now. Sometimes certain parts of this community, I have to ask myself, do I really want to be associated with this? And this is why. I enjoy video games very much. Video games are a huge part of my life. They've been a huge part of my life for years, for decades. I love comic books. I love comic book movies. Even though I shit on the MCU and I get on them, I do watch the movies for a good laugh, okay? And even though some of the movies get on my nerves with the inaccuracy of certain things, I'll still watch them. And, I'll still, because I love comic books. I love comic book movies. I love superheroes, all that stuff. I love that stuff. Again, that stuff has also been a part of my life for a very long time. But one thing that I've never thought of doing is going to storm a company's headquarters or boycott. Like, I seen folks saying they was going to boycott the PS4 because of this, and I'm like, what? If you boycott the PS4, what games you gonna play? What you gonna play? Like, what? And again, I feel like those type of people are people that just really talking to talk. Like, they really just saying that type of stuff because they on Twitter and they saying that stuff. But people that are talking about storming Sony and boycotting, do all this other stuff, I'm like, am I really, do I really want to associate with this part of the community? Because again, as much as I enjoy and love these things, I'm not going to those extremes. Stardust was good, Free Flow was good, Christopher Hart, what is good, man? Choco in the building. Let me give a real big round of applause for everybody, man. Shout out to everybody here. El Matador in the building. Definitely appreciate you guys. Ice Queen in the building. I appreciate all of you. I'm not storming nowhere for nothing. Because it's not, as much as we're like talking about this and we're making a big deal about this on Twitter, this does not affect my everyday life. You feel me? It's not like once I log off of Twitter, once I am in the real world, yeah, I'll talk about it with different people, but I'm not talking about storming places and doing all, nah, because it never goes past that. It never goes past Twitter. I see it at Twitter. I see it on Twitter. We talk about it on Twitter. Yeah, you know, some people may say, "Oh, this sucks," whatever. Some people say, "Oh, you know, I agree. I support this," and that's it. Going into the real world with this, stop it, man. Anybody that's even thinking about doing that, I'm telling you right now, cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit, because it's not happening. Like, there's no need for that. You feel me? I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me if some of those hardcore Disney MCU stans would actually do that. Yo, real talk, I wouldn't be surprised either. I wouldn't be surprised, AK. If they do that, yo. Oh. I don't even know how to respond to that, man. All I can do is just shake my head, because I'm like, I'm not doing nothing to those lengths, nothing to those levels. Not for Spider-Man, not for that. Nah. If that's what happens, then it happens. The Almighty said, if you try to storm Sony headquarters, they would have you shot by their special police that get paid like $63K a year. What the fuck? Yo, they got special police? Listen, I ain't storming nowhere. I'm not doing that. But as for this Marvel deal, Sony deal falling through, I'm fine with it. I'm definitely fine with it. MNIAC, Insomniac. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't really see an issue. Like, let them leave. Let's let Sony go back doing what they do. Insomniac. Let's see, PlayStation, guys. Insomniac. But yo, let's move on. That's enough of the the Sony Disney talk for the week. Disney was fucking up though. I don't even know why people were mad at Sony for. People were mad at Free Flow. People were mad at Sony because a lot of people are Disney fanboys and MCU fanboys. You know, they love these movies so much, and Spider-Man being in them finally, made a lot of people happy. But there's a lot of people, so when they got taken away, the way the articles are written and stuff like that, it looks like Sony is the one that's being the bad guy here. But in reality, it is Disney. We're being so greedy and not trying to give up no percentage of the merchandising or theme park profits. You feel me? That's the issue. Like, I'm not giving you more of this. And then people say, oh, well, they were going to cover 50% of the movie costs as well, like the movie production. I'm like, listen, that doesn't matter to me. I want some of your Spider-Man profits. Like an eye for an eye. Let's be fair here. They didn't want to do that. So it's like, all right, well, fuck you. I'm moving on. I'll take them out. Hey, listen, if I was the head of Sony, I'd have did the same thing. Yeah. Yo, you know what's funny? I said that, yo, Almighty, you're right. Wednesday, it was the 50-50. Thursday is all Disney. Friday is all about Disney Plus. Yeah, today no one cares. But that's what I'm saying, Almighty. That's what I'm saying, bro. People don't stand by their convictions. They definitely don't stand by their convictions, which is another issue in itself. But all week, all people were talking about is boycotting Sony, and some people were saying Disney's the ones that's greedy and fuck Disney and all this blah blah blah. Now everyone is hyped for Miss Marvel, WandaVision, She-Hulk show, the Mandalorian, Disney Plus. Like, it's like, wait, weren't you guys just pissed off like 3 days ago at this company? Weren't you guys sided with Sony and screw Disney, screw MC? When did all that just went out the window? What? Yo, man, that's why I don't take these protests gaming protests and all that serious, because people don't stand by what they say. And the same thing with those saying they boycotting PS4. They're not boycotting no damn PS4, because once Spider-Man 2 comes out, God of War 2 and Horizon 2 and all this stuff comes out, man, ain't nobody gonna be thinking about that stuff. Oh, I'm still boycotting PlayStation. When the PS5 come out, you think these same folks gonna be boycotting PS5? Nah, not at all. Nothing but follow the leader. Exactly. PlayStation Nation United. PNN. Nothing but follow the leader. I agree. But yo, let's move on to Insomniac. Yo, it's funny too. The news that Insomniac, that PlayStation bought Insomniac, was the day before, and then that next day, the news that Spider-Man wouldn't be the MCU came out. And I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like, that is like the most bittersweet news I ever heard. If folks really boycotted Sony, they had to boycott a lot of shit. That is true, Sarge. That is 100% true. Because there's a lot of things Sony makes and does. But honestly, I'm not surprised that Sony bought Insomniac. I think it's a long time coming. I am excited that they did buy them, though. It's definitely something that it's good for business. You feel me? It's definitely good for business. And the fact that now Insomniac is under the PlayStation umbrella, I really do feel like we about to, like, even though Insomniac has always been putting out quality games and stuff like that, I think the quality of the games are definitely about to become even more, like, greater, because, you look at what they were doing, look what they did with Spider-Man, working closely with Sony on that, and look at the quality of that game. And Insomniac, man, Insomniac, they put their foot in that game, and they did their thing with that Spider-Man game. Definitely, I said this on 6 Podcast that I feel like this Spider-Man game that has come out is the best Spider-Man game we've ever gotten, in my opinion, personally. At least in the last 10 plus years. I feel like this game is definitely like one of the greatest games to come out with it, the greatest Spider-Man game to come out within the past 10 years. I would even go as far as to say superhero game within the last 20 years. If we being real honest. So just looking at what they did with the Spider-Man, and then looking at what they did with with Ratchet and Clank and Resistance, and so many great games that Insomniac has under their belt, and the fact that that Sunset Overdrive 2, if that does get made, which I do think it will get made, that's PlayStation exclusive. And I think we're getting this Sunset Overdrive 1. I think they're going to put that out on the PlayStation at some point, probably next year or something like that. Yes, I want Resistance Remaster Collection, or if they do, remakes would be great. I would love for it to be remakes. That would be perfect. If you can't do the remakes, give me the remasters. But this is the thing. For Resistance 1, I need that online back. I have to have... Yo, Big Keith, what's good, man? I need that online back for Resistance 1. Resistance 1, I think, was a launch title, or it was like close to launch that Resistance 1 came out. I put a lot of time into that multiplayer on Resistance 1. That multiplayer was so slept on, and I enjoyed that multiplayer so much. So much. Man, that multiplayer. Shotgun only lobbies at the bus yard. Come on, man. Man, yo, if anybody knows what Resistance 1 was, shotguns only. Hold on, let me give y'all a little taste. Shotguns only at the bus yard was iconic for Resistance 1, man. SIS Resistance 1 shotguns only. Resistance 1 shotguns only. Here we go. Yo, this is iconic. Yo, shout out to this dude. Hold up. This guy got shotguns only at the bus yard. The quality is ass though. Ooh, can we get some better quality? I remember back in those days, it was, the shit wasn't that great. Ooh, look at this quality, boys. It's bad quality, but shotguns only at the bus yard. This was shotguns only at the bus yard on Resistance 1. And man, was this was iconic. Yo, Karan Williams, what's up, man? Yo, this was iconic. Shotguns only at the bus yard, shotguns only lobbies. Man, this was so much fun. This is the Resistance that I want back. This is the Resistance that I want back so bad. Resistance 1. Like, a lot of people didn't like Resistance 1, but I felt like Resistance 1, like, Resistance 2 and 3 and all that were great, but I don't know, with me, I guess because, like, I met, like, so many dope people on Resistance, and, like, we had, like, a really cool clan and stuff like that on Resistance 1, and, it was just, I really played this game a lot, like, a lot. I mean, the quality, you guys see, the quality is ass. Can you up this quality? Nah, the quality is as high as it goes. But this man was recording this on a potato. Jesus Christ. Melee kills. And this was multiplayer. I was playing hardcore. This was the multiplayer that I was playing like super hardcore before I got on COD Modern Warfare. I was playing this like religiously, playing this on PS3 days, like early PS3 days. I was playing this religiously. So, Insomniac, if you're listening, definitely give me that. Definitely give me that Resistance 1, please. please give your boy that Resistance 1. Like if anything, give me Resistance 1 remake or remaster, whichever one you want to do. But just please make sure you have the online enabled on that, please. That online was so iconic. Please. Yo, EJ in the building. Yo, EJ, what is good, man? Appreciate you coming through. So, yeah, that's that. But it's and Ratchet and Clank has always been iconic. I enjoy Ratchet and Clank, and even the remake that they did for the PS4 was like that was like top quality. So, Insomniac is a good buy. A really good purchase. So, good on PlayStation for... And you know what's funny? This is why PlayStation's so savage, guys. Insomniac bought... PlayStation... And this is the difference between PlayStation and Xbox. Like, Xbox used stage time at E3. Not this year, but I think last year. They used stage time to announce these studios they're acquiring, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, PlayStation just tossed out a tweet in the middle of Gamescom. PlayStation just tossed out a tweet in the middle of Gamescom and was like, yo, look, guys, we bought Insomniac. We ain't at Gamescom, but hey, we just wanted to let y'all know we got Insomniac real quick. Scoop that up. All right, y'all go ahead on about y'all Gamescom. Like, you stop Gamescom. Yo, Jeff Keighley in the middle of his show, like, hey, we just got word that Sony bought Insomniac. Congrats to Sony, not even there. Sony ain't even there, guys. They not there. Like, Sony is just chilling in the cut. And you telling me, like, they could just toss out a tweet and stop the world? Come on. No one man should have all that power. Bro, imagine if they would have... Imagine if Sony would have threw out a PlayStation 5 tweet in the middle of Gamescom. Like, they would have just threw out, like, hey, look, this is what the PS5... Actually, that's what we're going to talk about next. But, hey, look, this is the PS5. This is the price, blah, blah, blah. And a tweet. Bro, the world would stop. You understand, ladies and gentlemen? The world would stop if PlayStation did that. Shout out to PlayStation. But yes, Insomniac is a good buy. And I've seen people going around saying, like, who should Sony buy next? Who should PlayStation buy next? Personally, I've seen people saying Ready at Dawn and all these different... Yo, real talk. Like, honestly, the companies that I would want PlayStation to buy next... This one is a big one, but I would want PlayStation to buy Square. Like, all of Square. Yo, I'm thinking large. I'm thinking like super large terms here. I would want PlayStation to buy Square Enix. I'm not kidding. I would want PlayStation to buy Square Enix and Capcom. I am not kidding. I'm so serious. I want PlayStation to buy Square Enix and Capcom. I want you to swing that whole motherfucking... I want you to really like lay it into these fools like you're not getting nothing from me no more. Yo, if PlayStation announced that they was buying Square Enix and Capcom, bro, if PlayStation says, hey, look, we just bought Square Enix, or hey, even if they don't buy both, if they buy one or the other, yo, next generation is solidified for them. That's it. It's over. It's over. Like the world, like next gen and any gen after is solidified for PlayStation if they buy Square or Capcom. That's a fact. That's a fact. People were saying, oh, they should buy Bungie. Honestly, I don't think Bungie wants to be bought by anybody right now. They just got out of this crazy deal with Activision. Let Bungie have their independence. Let them chill. I'm happy where Bungie is right now. And Bungie has a good relationship with PlayStation. So, you know, I'd rather them have the good relationship and, you know, do some partnerships and stuff. But let them be independent at PlayStation. That would be huge, but it won't happen. I can see Remedy already at dawn. Yo, Square got a catalog. Oh, Square got a crazy catalog. Y'all forget Square. Y'all forget Square back in the day when they were Squaresoft. Never mind Square Enix. We talking Squaresoft days. Go back and look at the Squaresoft days and tell me about that catalog. You telling me you don't want no remakes out of Square from them games back in the day? Man, listen. If Sony say they buying Square, immediately I'm getting on the phone. Look, I need this, and this remade immediately. Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross. Man, that's the Squaresoft days. There's some quality back there. It's a lot of quality back in them days during Squaresoft days. I don't know. With Ready at Dawn, I think the reason why people want Ready at Dawn bought so badly is because people waiting for the Order 2. I think that's all it is. And I'm just like, I just want Order 2. Like, really, I don't think that really needs a studio acquisition, though, for them to do that. Just give me the Order 1886 2, and let's move on. Let's move on. Persona, do you remember debating on I remember debating on Next Gen's channel way back when. Yo, if you missed that, Yujiro, I don't debate nobody no more, man, because people don't be knowing what the fuck they talking about. I'm trying to think of some other people were saying House Marquee as well, which I'm like, that's pretty cool. House Marquee would be cool. I think that people are saying that's the next one to get bought up. Is it House Marquee? I think, yeah, House Marquee definitely the next ones to get bought up. That's what people are saying. Bungie and Sony should have an exclusive deal. Dang it, because Bungie needs that Sony money. Remedy has ray tracing tech and makes games Naughty Dog already makes. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Remedy, you know what? Because Control looks really good. You know, I never played Alan Wake before, so I can't say if those games are good or not. I know there's some people that swear by those games. I never played them, so I can't really like give, you know, my opinion on that. But with Quantum Break, the main thing that held Quantum Break back for me was the story, but also those episodes in the middle of the game. I'm not stopping my gameplay to watch no 30-minute episode. I'm sorry. That's just, I will never get past that. I will never ever get past that. Like, that stuff was complete garbage to me. So I'm not, That's not something that, the game had potential. Quantum Break had a lot of potential, and I wanted Quantum Break to be so good, but it's not. It's not. So, I did pre-order Control, and Control is definitely a day one for me because Control looks great. 1, 2, Control looks like the game. I feel like Control was the game that they really, really wanted to make from the beginning. I really do. I really feel like this is who they wanted. Jack, what's his name? What was the dude's name from Quantum Break? Was it Jack Pierce? Am I wrong? Is that his name, ladies and gentlemen? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think his name was Jack Pierce from Quantum Break. So, I feel like this game is what their true vision was, and I really want to play this game. Now, after I play Control, because Control looks great. Like, graphically, story looks interesting. Jess, she looks super interesting. The powers, the things you could do, the special gun and everything. All of that has me super interested. So that's a day one for me. So I'm definitely going to play that. I'm really excited to play that. But I'm looking at it as, based off what this game does for me. Aiden Pierce. Okay. Yeah, Aiden. I think you're right, Almighty. I think it was Aiden Pierce. I think it was Aiden Pierce. I think it was. Based off whatever this game does for me will determine how I feel about Remedy being under a PlayStation umbrella. So I can't say I want PlayStation to buy Remedy because honestly, they haven't proven themselves to me yet. Not with the games that I played, which was Quantum Break. Like I said, I never played Alan Wake, so I can't go off of that. And Quantum Break was a letdown. So I have to see what Control does for me. I'm trying to think what other studios could PlayStation buy? Ready at Dawn, Remedy, House Marquee. They can buy some of the indie studios. It's one studio I'm forgetting. I know there's one studio that they're doing a game for. I want them to make a game about sick human. Yo, almighty chill, bruh. Oh, Aiden Pierce's Watch Dogs. Yo, you right. Yo, shout out to Big Keith, man. Round of applause for Big Keith, man. Yo, Big Keith, you the man for that because, I'm thinking something. I'm thinking something's Pierce or something like that. I don't know why it's thinking Pierce. I don't know. I don't remember dude's name from Quantum Break. Yo, shout out to Big Keith though. Rocksteady would be a good pickup. Rocksteady would definitely be a good pickup, and I think them doing a Superman game would be like super great. Rocksteady would definitely. I would like Rocksteady. Rocksteady would be great. Honestly, I wouldn't mind them getting Arc System Works. Get some of those Japanese games like exclusive. Man, yo, listen. That's what I want, man. Like, yo, Arc Systems, honestly, for me, Arc Systems surpassed Capcom in fighting games for me. At least for this gen. Arc Systems has been, like, they've been putting out some really, really, really good games. Like, really good fighting games, man. Like, this new game that's coming out, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I'll show you guys some gameplay of that. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is a really, really, really great game. Hold up, I'm trying to show y'all something, man. It's a fighting game. It comes out in 2020. The beta for this game was out earlier this year. This is Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. This is being made by Arc Systems. And this game is really great, really fun, really easy to get into, but hard to master. I would want PlayStation to buy Arc Systems and like just all those games. And it's funny because like a lot of these games that Arc System comes out with, they come out on PlayStation, like only on PlayStation anyway, or it'll be like PlayStation and Switch or PlayStation and PC or whatever the case may be. But this is a great game. This is a really good game. fighting game. And then they've got the Blaze Blue series, which is still really good. They got the Guilty Gear series, they got a new game coming out next year. So Arc Systems would definitely be a good buy, in my opinion. Or no bullshit, Platinum Games. I would want them to buy Platinum Games, just because with Platinum Games, they can come out with that new Nier. We need a Nier Automata too, man. I need a new Nier game, because Nier Automata was fantastic. So I definitely want like a sequel to that. Because at the end of Nier, they were reborn. So, I definitely, can't wait for the new Guilty Gear. Yeah, the new Guilty Gear looks really good. The new Guilty Gear looks really, really good. Platinum Games would be sold to Nintendo. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of work with Nintendo lately. El Matador, you're right about that. But I wouldn't mind PlayStation kind of stepping in front, like, hey, look, we got a couple more dollars. But you gonna come on over here, man? Come get some real money. But yeah, I mean, Insomniac Games getting bought is good. That's a good thing. I'm happy about that. And then we just go from there. We'll see what happens. What they gonna buy next. Now, speaking of PlayStation. Man, this is a PlayStation heavy podcast. I know somebody gonna be angry. Persona, why are you always talking about PlayStation? PS5 DevKit. Alright, here we go. Alright, so this was the PS5. Can I you're not gonna let me look at this in like a bigger. Okay, hold up. Let's go to Twitter. Because Twitter, PS5 DevKit. Here we go. All right, so for those that don't know, there was this article. There was not even an article. Well, it leaked. It leaked that PlayStation had put a patent out for the PS5 DevKit or something like that, or the way it worked. I think that's how it worked. Oh, yeah, Sony has patented this device, right? So somebody made a 3D render of the device, the patent device that later was confirmed to be a DevKit, right? And someone made a 3D render, and things was going around Twitter. People were going around Twitter like, hey, if this was the PS5, what would you think? Would you buy it? How you feel, or whatever case may be. So let's look at some pictures of this thing, right? So this is it. This is I'm assuming this is the back area, right? Yo, look at how ugly it looks standing on the side. That shit look ugly. Yo, I'm gonna keep it real. Hold on, let's look at all the pictures before we judge. And this was the patent right here. Let's go back to the other picture. Okay. All right, let's go to this picture. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And obviously this is just hypotheticals. We know this is just a dev kit, but let's play a game. If this was the PS5, right? I'm gonna be straight honest with you, man. This looks like hot dog shit. Yo, this looks like ass. Like it doesn't. This honestly, this doesn't look appealing to the eye, and I don't see PlayStation putting out this type of a console that looks like this. The air vents in the middle seem, unless those are the air vents that will pull the air in, and then the vents on the end obviously pulls the air out, depending on the way the fan's going to be spinning. But if you have more than one fan in this thing, I feel like the airflow is going to get a bit confusing with this big ass opening in the middle like this. It looks weird. It looks kind of weird, like the way they have that set up like that. I'm not digging this at all, guys. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not digging this. This looks ugly. Really, really ugly. It's the vents. I don't mind. I just this big gaping open section in the middle is just throwing me the fuck off. Like I can't. I'm not that portion of it. I'm not liking because it's just like it makes it look like an eyesore, and I'm just like, like cover that up. Look like I'm looking at some unmentionables or something. Like cover this up. Like this is. I don't want the PlayStation 5 to look like this. Nah, it's not the free flow. It's not the final design. This is the dev kit. This is just a dev kit. Somebody rendered the dev kit drawing and rendered it like this. But I'm just speaking like hypothetically if this was to be the PS5. Yo, what do you say? The almighty pause for gaping. Ah, bro, come on. Pause, okay? But in terms of like even like the console, let's go digital. Like what? Why did he put like all this writing shit on it? Like what the hell are you? Let's go digital. Even though I'm all digital anyway. Now if they cover this up, if they cover this section here up, I can see and like remove all. I don't know why this is here, but like I can see the PS5 logo being here. If they covered this up, I can actually see this being PS5. Like I can see this being the design, the initial design for the PS5 because right under here now SSD that doesn't belong there either. Like that wouldn't be there. That if anything that would be on the back of the console. But these are like the USB ports. This is the disk drive. These are the buttons where you press. Even like what pause, play, fast forward, rewind. That shit I don't see all of that being there. I can see an eject button. And that's really it. And then I can see the power button being right here. But then you also have to think about it. This leaves a lot of open room. Like there's a lot of empty. Like if the PS5 logo's here, in this Let's Go thing, this wouldn't be here. But like if this wasn't here, it leaves like there's a lot of empty space on this thing. And I don't see PlayStation not using up a lot of that real estate. Like actually, because I'm looking at my PS4 right now, actually right on here would be Sony. Actually, Sony would be right here, and then PS5 would actually be right here, because on my PS4, the power button is Sony is actually right under the power button. So actually, Sony would be here, and the PS5 would be here. Just cover this, like if they just cover this up. And just like make this like a straight flat surface, I can see this being a PS5. Whoever did this render is God tier. I agree, Sick. I agree. Some podcasters think it looks good. LOL. Yo, Titanfall. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be straight with you. This doesn't look appealing to me. I'd have to cover this with a blanket if I brought this into my home, man. Like, I couldn't look at this thing. Oh, that's the guy who scanned. Okay. Good looks, Naruto. Appreciate that. So the guy that did it is called Let's Go Digital. Okay. Well, if they do this, I just want them to cover this part here. Just make this a straight flat surface. Because all of these vents, I think, are realistic. Because you got a lot more machinery in the console, bigger parts. Things are doing a lot more in the console, so you're gonna need the vents. So the vents being this big and being as many as they are on each side, I think the console will have that. I do. I definitely think that portion of it will be there. But this big hole, nah. That's all that needs to go. Outside of that, That's the only eyesore to me. I don't give a fuck if it looks like this or not. Hey, listen, whatever it looks like, it's still getting bought. I'm still buying. Oh, Sick, you buying 3 at launch? Oh shit. That man Sick. My man Sick said he buying 3 at launch. My man Sick said, I got the bread. I can buy as many as I want. I hear you, bro. I respect you, man. I respect the hustle and I respect the gangster. I'm just gonna buy 2, just like I did with PS4 and Xbox. I bought 2 and flipped 1, so that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna buy 2 and flip 1. like I always do. Console launches. So PlayStation 8 buy 5 to reciprocate the 5. Hey, listen, man. Sick. Hey, listen. Sick of businessman, man. Sick know what he doing with the bread. That's a fact. That is a fact. But yeah, that's the PS5 DevKit. It looks all right. I'm not. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, regardless of what it looked like, it's getting bought. I think the only thing is the price, which I think we've all had this conversation before, but I do think that price is going to be $500. I've already said that PS5 is $500. I don't see it being no less than 5, and I don't see it now. I don't see it being. If it's not 500, I say it's 450. Between 450 and 500 is the starting asking price. Now, at the most, I can see 550. I can see them doing 550, maybe 600, depending on if we're judging by what the specs are in the console. That's not $400, man. You're gonna be spending at least $500 on that, guys. Said that as well, Persona $500. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Choco. I don't see the PlayStation 4 being no less than $500, which I don't mind. That's a day one. Listen, and I see people on Twitter asking it like, oh, if it's this much, are you buying? Yo, listen. Yes, the PlayStation 4 is a day one buy regardless of price, and for me at least, like PlayStation has already proved themselves to be capable of providing quality content all this generation, and they're setting up for next generation. PlayStation is a day one. That's a day one buy. That there's no nothing about that. That bread is already solidified. The GPU will be about 200 to 300. The CPU alone is 100 to 150. That's what I'm saying. Sick. Like, I don't see it. And people saying, oh, it needs to be 400 or it's a flop. Are you crazy? With what you gonna be getting with this console, yo, 500. Like, and I still think if they do sell it at 500, I still think they selling it at a loss. They always sell these consoles at a loss. So I can see the console being $499, $500. I don't see it being no less. And hey, PlayStation get my money. They gonna get my dollars. You feel me? Let's talk about Gamescom real quick. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I wasn't really paying attention to Gamescom too heavy this year. Not like, I don't know, just because Gamescom felt like it felt dull. Like, it just didn't feel like something that you needed to watch, or else you'd be missing out. You get what I mean? You know how, like, with E3, even though PlayStation wasn't there this year, all eyes was on E3 because they wanted to see if Microsoft could hold the torch by themselves, and if Sony really needed to be at E3 for E3 to be great. I feel like Gamescom, like, people say Gamescom is more popular than E3, or it's just as big or whatever. I personally don't think so. And then in terms of like the presence, and it just didn't feel like it didn't feel like that great to me. Like, I did watch Inside Xbox, which was, I mean, I don't think I need to speak on anything Inside Xbox, because I think we all know how Inside Xbox was. What does 6 say? Oh shit. I think we all know Inside Xbox was it wasn't as great as it could be. That's the nice way of putting it. The only workaround I see if it's going to be 500 is if Sony does a trade-in program for the PS4 to PS5 purchase. I can see them doing something like that, but I think even if they do, well, if they're making everything from the PS4, which they did confirm that everything from your PS4 is going to be backwards compatible with the PlayStation 5, then there really isn't a need to own your PS4 anymore, because especially if you bought, and this is why I've been pushing this is why I'm all digital now, because if everything on the PS4, is going to be backwards compatibility, I feel like it'll be easier for you to migrate over to the PS5 if all your stuff is digital. All my, I started going completely digital 2 years ago. So everything that I own is digital, like from the PlayStation Store. So I can just re-download everything on the PS5 and be good. And I'm like, hey, that's perfect. But I feel like if you're physical, I think it's gonna be just a little bit tougher to kind of get everything over to PS5. I still think it's gonna happen, but you know, I'm keeping my that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not selling because I have the God of War PS4 Pro, I have the Spider-Man PS4 Pro, I have the 500 million PS4 Pro, and I have the Uncharted Nathan Drake, the Uncharted 4 special edition PS4. I'm not getting rid of none of those. Like all of those are being kept. So I'm just gonna buy the PS5. Like I'm not selling nothing. I'll probably sell. I'm not even kidding when I say this. I'm probably just gonna sell my Xbox and get $50 off something because that's all I really like. I have I have a P like I have like my PC. So it's a laptop, gaming laptop, but I think that's enough for me to play any Xbox game. Plus, if Game Pass is coming to PlayStation, I don't need an Xbox anyway. Oh man, but back to Gamescom. Gamescom was trash. I want to buy some of those dope ass controllers, but I don't know if they will be forward compatible. I think they will. I don't think I don't think that they'll change the PS4 controller and PS5 controller too much. If anything, I feel like the touchpad on a PS5 will be a lot more advanced. But that's really it though. I don't really see too much. Yo, no lie, that matter of fact, we're gonna have some Avengers gameplay playing in the background. Avengers gameplay. Cause that Avengers gameplay, I won't lie, it did look pretty good. I won't lie to you. That Avengers gameplay definitely did look good. That was probably one of the highlights for me. But that's the thing too. We had seen leaked footage of this back at E3. They or like a little after E3, they had leaked this footage. But the Avengers gameplay definitely does look really, really, really good. I won't lie. That's definitely a day one for me. Yo, I got to rant for a second too, guys. Yo, I get it's Kojima and everything, and everyone's excited for Death Stranding. I am too. But yo, when they showed man's peeing, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? What am I watching? Like, I can't lie to you guys. When I seen that dude peeing on Death Stranding, I was a little taken aback because I'm just like, bro, what is this? Like, I was really thrown off a little bit because I'm like, oh, is he really peeing? And like, people were clapping for this, and I'm like, why are you clapping for this? Like, I'm not clapping for this shit. I don't care if man's peeing or not, or if he pees. Listen, man, that stuff threw me way off, and I wasn't clapping for that, man. Yo, Thor looks really dope too. Like, he looks fun to use. Thor, Hulk, and surprisingly Black Widow. She looks like she's gonna be fun to use as well. I still need to know. There's a peeing mechanic in Giants Uprising also, but people only made a big deal of it in Death Stranding. Listen, I'm not hyping nobody peeing in no video games, man. That's never going. You ain't never gonna see that from me. I was definitely looking at that like, what the hell is this? I mean, I still want to play Death Stranding, but I'm just like, bro, like, what are you showing me right now? Like, I don't want to see this. This Avengers does look really fun, man. Are we recalling talking about peeing? I'm talking about the peeing that's going on at Death Stranding. I'm like, well, when he showed that, I was just like, you expect me to be hyped for this? Keeps buffering. Oh, it's buffering for you guys? Oh no. It might be because it's too. Let me see. It's not buffering for me, but I'll put it down for you guys. It might be because it's not 720. This game looks great. I'm excited for this. Really excited for this. What else at Gamescom? Yo, that Jeff Keighley show was like super cringe. Like, I don't know, man. This man just can't do a good show. I don't know why. Like, it wasn't that great to me. It was really boring. Same thing with like the Game Awards shows. They're always so boring. Like, because it's filled with like a lot of fluff and a lot of bullshit. It's just like, yo, just do the shit and keep it moving. Like, like honestly, like all his shows, he always adds so much fluff to like make it longer and all this unnecessary bullshit. But yeah, it was just I just wasn't digging it too much. So yeah, Avengers was good. This looks like shit now on my 4K TV. Hold on. Let me change the quality back, man. Hold up. No, it can't look like shit not on the 4K. I upped it. I changed it back. No, turn that joint back up. Turn the resolution back up. I did. I turned the res back up. The res is back up because the other dude, he was saying it was he said it was messed up for him. So I was trying to accommodate, but nah, if it's looking bad now for everybody, then I got to turn it back up, guys. I'm sorry. So yeah, like Iron Man. See, Iron Man looks pretty dope. He looks fun to use too. What else interests me? Like you know what's funny? I wasn't paying attention like 100% to Gamescom. Whatever came out, and I was like looking at it. That Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. At 1080p max. Yeah, you don't have to change the res on your end. Never complain anything really, but whatever. Yes. That only affects you. Oh, okay. What was I about to say? Yeah, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. That's definitely a day one. That's definitely getting picked up. That's definitely getting picked up. That looks really good. Oninaki came out this week, which is really great, really good game. If you guys haven't played that already or haven't checked that out, if you're into RPGs and action-based RPGs and stuff like that, I definitely recommend it. It's really great. What other games interest me at Gamescom? I think that's really it. Like, oh man, yo, let's talk about this Destiny Shadowkeep and the season of Undying. That shit looks amazing, man. If you know me, if you watch any of my content, you know I am a huge Destiny fan. Hold on, we got to see this. We got to watch this this Destiny. I want you guys to see the season of Undying trailer because it really is fire, guys, and I really think you guys should check this. Like, if you're not into Destiny, fine, but like, cause Destiny, I'll admit, man, Destiny has fucked up a lot in the past, especially with Destiny 2. At the beginning of Destiny 2's life, they made it super casual, which was a bad decision. They knew it. The community knew it. They suffered from it, but they made a lot of changes, and they brought Destiny back to its graces and its glory, and it is an amazing, amazing game. Like, I recommend Destiny 2 if you're into shooters. I definitely do, but I want you guys to see the season of Undying trailer. It's so fire. This is the season of Undying, because now Destiny does seasons, like seasonal events and stuff like that, and this is the seasonal event that's coming out with Shadowkeep. This like really had me like super hyped, and these are the Vex. Vex, man. Those the goblins.
We say that the Black Garden is the birthplace of the Vex. But it was not the beginning. It was the reason. The life in the garden called out a question. The Vex are the answer.
That music is
They
so
will
dope.
do anything to protect the garden. In these things, there is symmetry. The gateways have opened. The Vex are coming.
Vex are coming. Yo, this shit is so old. Yo, this shit is dope. Season of Undying. Yo, listen. Amazing. So what Destiny does now, they do seasons, and they do seasonal content, and then they do the main expansion, the yearly expansion that they do, which the expansion for this year is going to be Shadowkeep, and then the Season of the Undying is also starting with Shadowkeep, and it's amazing. Like the content, yo, they've been pumping out so much content. I quit on Destiny 2 also. I'll give 3 a shot. Yo, the amount of content they've been pumping out for this game is so great. They've been pumping out a lot of content throughout the year. Then they got the big expansion coming out and for Shadowkeep, and then they got the big season starting, which is Season of the Undying on October 1st. Listen, yo, Shadowkeep is gonna be fire. Shadowkeep trailer. What else at Gamescom? I'm trying to think what else really like excited me at Gamescom. I can't really that's all that really got my attention. Death Stranding definitely got my attention as well. This is the Shadowkeep trailer. Dragon Ball Z. That's really it. I honestly can't think of too much of anything else right now. That's how like lackluster Gamescom was for me. I was really like, it wasn't really like grabbing me too much. I played Destiny 2 with my friends. Yeah, Ice Queen is really good. It's really good. It's definitely a lot more fun with friends if you're playing with friends too. I mean, I think that's what a lot of different things though. The Monte Carlo. Yo, I'm telling you, if you're not playing Shadowkeep, you're missing out, guys. Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. It's gonna be fire. October 1st is when it come out. October 1st is when it comes out, guys. But what else? Destiny 2 Shadowkeep. It's a day one. But that's really it. That's all that really grabbed me, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I'm drawing a blank to everything else. I know there's probably a couple things I am missing, and I'm probably gonna remember later, like, oh shit, yeah, that. Cause the things that I'm buying this year that I'm really excited for are, like Link's Awakening, Pokemon Sword Shield, Star Wars Fallen Order. I'm not buying Borderlands 3. I thought about it. Cause like I was gonna buy Borderlands 3 to play with my boy, but then I'm thinking about it and I'm like, yo, Borderlands 3 looks trash to me. Not Borderlands 3, but like Borderlands. I don't know. It just doesn't look. It doesn't look like I'll sink time into it, honestly. So I'm not buying it. I already decided. I told my boy I'm not picking that shit up, man. I'm sorry. But Destiny was exciting. Avengers was exciting. Gears 5 looked really good too, actually. Gears 5 looked great. Gears 5 definitely looked really good, and it definitely I'm definitely gonna pick that up on Game Pass. I'll pick that up on Game Pass. Call of Duty 2v2 Alpha. I'm gonna be talking about that tomorrow. Probably get a couple people that played the alpha, get some people on and talk about it real quick. What else is coming? What else? That's it, man. That's all. That's all I can remember. That like, and I'm even looking at games now to kind of jog my memory. Nothing else that's worth talking about. Like that was too crazy. No, nothing too crazy. Like really like grabbed me like so like super crazy at Gamescom. So in terms of Gamescom, I give it a 2 out of 10 personally. Uh, that's it. For me, I would still buy a PS4 with or without backwards compatibility. Backwards compatibility with I think moving into PS5, I definitely feel like PS4 should have the backwards compatibility. Like you should be able to play your PS4 games on PS5. I do that part of it. I do think it should be, but outside of that, no, that's like PS3, PS2, PS1. I'm not really asking for that. I don't really. I'm not gonna say I don't care, but it's not like at the top of my priority list of something that I feel needs to be on the console. But in terms of PS4, I do feel like that should be there. Oh, you know what? One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. That is another game that I'm really excited about. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. They announced that, and I seen some gameplay of that, and I'm like, yeah, that looks great. That looks really good. That's it though. That's it for me, boys, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing else captured me. At least not nothing that I can really talk about like in depth, because I'm really it's funny because I'm really drawing a blank because I really can't think of nothing else. No, those were the main things. At least the things worth mentioning. Who's still playing on all the retro? No one's playing retro PS4 games right now, man. No one. And if anyone says they are, they're lying. No one. Like, if they are, I'm not going to say, you know what, let me take that back. I'm not going to say no one, because there's probably a couple people that's still playing on their PS1s, PS2s. But they have the console, so that's how they're playing. You feel me? Yo, appreciate it, Sick, man. I really appreciate you coming through, bro. Appreciate the support. But in terms of me, like, I'm not really playing PS1 and PS2 games. Or PS3 for that matter. If they remaster something that comes to the PS4 or remake something that's on the PS4, that's the only way like I'm playing it. But I'm not like clamoring to play PS1, PS2 games, or even really PS3 for that matter. I want listen. I want brand new experiences, man. If I'm going out and spending $500 or $600 on this PS5, I'm not spending $600 so that I can play Xbox 360. Xbox. I'm not spending that much money so that I can play PS1 and PS2 and PS3 games. I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing. You're right, Choco. Odin Spear was, and I never played that game before. But Odin Spear I played that and I streamed through that entire game, got the platinum and everything. That game was amazing. That game, and I think that was from PS2 days, but they remade it. They remade Odin Spear for the PS4. That was a complete remake. So, again, had they not have done that, I never would have played the game. But the game is great, and it's really fun, really, really fun. But I'm not, if I'm buying a PS5, I'm expecting PS5 games. Honestly, like that's my thought process. That's how I'm thinking. Like, I want PS5 games. But yo, man, listen. Before I go, guys, right? I want you guys to do me a favor, okay? Before we get up out of here, I want to show off something to you guys. All right, so guys, yesterday I created the When Persona Speaks podcast Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description of this podcast. Make sure you guys go out and join the Discord. It's brand new. I literally just created it and did everything yesterday. It's a brand new Discord. Super safe. It's for everybody. PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC, whoever you are, you're welcome to join. Really cool, laid back community. I'm trying to build up the community for the Discord. Definitely gonna have like community. When I start having guests on the podcast, folks from the Discord can hop in, talk. We talk games, whatever. Everyone is welcome. Just make sure you, I appreciate it if you guys would join the Discord. Let me also put the link in the, I think I can put it, there we go. Set link to never expire. Copy. Also put the Discord link. Discord link. Hold up. Uh-oh. Yeah, so make sure you guys, come on, I can't. Control, is it Control V? Yeah, there we go. Make sure you guys join the Discord, man. I really would appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate you guys if you join the Discord. So make sure you guys join the Discord. Hey, Titanfall Princess dropped in the Discord. Appreciate you, TTFP. Appreciate everybody that does join. Make sure you guys join. It's brand new Discord. I'm building it up, slowly building the community, slowly but surely. The community will grow, will get more active, it will get more everything. Trust me. So definitely make sure you guys join the Discord, man. The link is in the description, and I just put the link in the chat. So make sure you guys join the Discord as well. I really do. I really would appreciate it a lot if you guys would join the Discord. What else? That's pretty much it for this podcast, man. This was a really good show, man. I really appreciate everybody coming through. Choco in the building. Sick Humor TV. Make sure you guys check out. Listen, y'all want a good podcast, man? Make sure you guys check out Sick Humor TV. He will make your work weeks go by super, super quick. So definitely make sure you guys join. Make sure you guys check out Sick Humor's his what's the name? Make sure you guys check out Sick Humor. Check him out. Make sure you guys check him out for real. Make sure y'all do that. Shout out to my boy, PlayStation Plus podcast. There we go. The Almighty. Shout out to the Almighty Spartan. Choco. Shout out to Naruto 6084. Shout out to Logical Nonsense. Shout out to Titanfall Princess Day 1. Shout out to Ice Queen Gaming. Shout out to EJ Day 1 in the building. Shout out to JKS Guy Code. Shout out to Garuda Legends, the War of the First Horseman, G Junior. Who else came through? Who else? Yo, Stardust, Cesario, thank you so much for coming through, bro. Again, shout out to Sick coming through. Chris Hart, appreciate you coming through, bro. Who else? I know there's a lot of y'all in here today, man, and I definitely appreciate that support. Who else? It's a lot of people. Who else came through? Also, shout out to people that were lurking. Appreciate y'all as well. Trill Wave in the building. Shout out to my boy Trill Wave. Day 1 in the building. To anybody that was lurking, I really do appreciate y'all that was lurking. Some people that just, they be doing what they do and they listen to the pod. They just listen. Some people don't type in the chat. So the lurkers, you guys are appreciated as well. So all the people that was typing in the chat, I appreciate you guys as well. To anybody that's going to watch this later on during the week or whatever, appreciate you guys as well. New episode of When Persona Speaks will be next Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Make sure you guys come through and check it out. Also, if you did enjoy this podcast, would be super appreciated. Share it out with your friends, with your family. Share the podcast out, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next Saturday, same time, same place. I hope you guys have a great week. Please be safe. And I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.